All right. I don't know why I'm tilted like this. Is weird. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this thing straightened out here. It's quiet in here. Hold on. It's cold outside. Wait. Let me see if I can do this right. Good morning, everybody over there on YouTube. I got the notification that we're on YouTube, and I'm not even prepared today at all. Okay, hold on. Let me get this together. My fault. Okay. And let me see if I could scoop this thing down a little bit. Okay, what's up? Good morning, guys. It is Toxic Talk Thursday, February the 20th, 2024. No, 2025. Sorry. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up team, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. 2 minutes after the hour. And, we've been committed to starting the show on time since this year started. And I'm going to applaud myself as a grown-ass man to make sure the show has started on time and we've been live, and we truly appreciate you. This is listen. The chat room is open, or you can call in. The numbers 570-982-6950. Okay, this is where you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started. Right now, I've been saying that for years, and speaking of years, the time is going by fast, and it just seems like the older you get, the faster it goes by. But as the time is going by, like, I'm embracing it. I'm enjoying every moment of this life that I'm living and this earth that I'm on and the people that are around me. And when you get this age, you at least have the opportunity or the choice. Well, some of us, we have the choice to remove ourselves away from toxic folks. I got a doctor's appointment I got to make. I'm still stuffy, and I'll talk about that in a minute. When you're this age, you have the ability, if you can, to have toxic folks out of your life immediately. Oh man, living this age gives you're truly blessed to make some kind of responsible decisions at this age. Young enough, what's up? I love this age. I love where I'm at right now. Do I go back sometimes and I think, if I was 25, I could have did things different? Yeah, but then, that's a waste of time. But right now, living this life, I am truly, 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 truly blessed and grateful. And I'm for sure we all are. Even my man, young enough, how old are you? Because I'll be 60 years old. And God willing, if I get to that point. And my whole thing is, like, the things that we take for granted when we were younger, I don't take for granted anymore. Just simply getting out the bed and jumping up and just like ready for the day. I like to say, like, before I get into the show, I like to say, like, I attack my day. I attack my day with nothing but love, great energy, and enthusiasm. That's where I look at it. Like, I get up and don't get me wrong, there's some mornings I'm like, oh, what the fuck? But my mind, and thank God for Jesus. Like, my mind is on go. My mind is like, yo, let's go. Let's be a part of society today. Let's see what we can do to kick this day's ass. And like I say, in a loving way. Who sent me this funny? Danielle Williams, God bless her. She sent me a picture of Eric Adams with the Trump, with the Donald Trump wig on. This looks hilarious. Look, let me show you guys. I thought that was so funny. Look how hilarious. Yo, Danielle Williams, you are too much. And we just laughed and laughed. I don't know how his morning is going. And then on top of that, right, even though in the northeast part of the country, it's cold as hell. I get into the weather in a minute. It's cold as hell in the northeast part of this country. And we've been having a real winter. As a matter of fact, we just dodged a snowstorm that's down in Delaware and south of Delaware just yesterday. And if that storm would have hit Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York, that would have been another 6 to 12 inches, and we can't deal with that. So back to what I was at. I am excited about this part of my life. I call it the third quarter. I'm in the third quarter, heading to the fourth quarter. I'm in the third quarter, young enough with 2 timeouts left. And I'm years away from the fourth quarter. I think when you're 70 years old, you're in the fourth quarter. I got 6 minutes and 36 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 timeouts left. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? That's what I want to talk about before Cindy and I'm all jump in. And in this space that I'm in, I usually take time. Like I always tell you guys, I read out loud and I watch these movies now. I was watching a movie on Netflix, guys. And young enough, you gotta check this movie out. The movie is it's called Trial by Fire. I don't know if you guys seen this. Trial by Fire. This is a compelling drama, a true story of this man that was convicted of murdering his 3 children in a fire in Texas. So they charged him with 3 murders and arson and the whole slew of other charges. But prior to that, like his life, he was just an asshole all his life. He was drinking a lot and nobody believed him, and he was out messing with the girls, and he was a married guy, and he didn't have a job, and everybody looked at him a certain way, as people should. And then when this tragedy happened, right? He went to hold on a second. He went to prison, and he was confessing his innocence the whole time. And there was a whole lot of dynamics that go with this movie that was so compelling to me that I had to watch it twice. Put it on in the chat room if you ever watched a movie twice. I mean, as soon as it was over with, the movie was so good that maybe you didn't watch it as soon as it finished and watched it again. Maybe watch it later on the day or the next day. But put it on in the chat room if you ever watched a movie. It was so compelling. It was so good to you that you couldn't even resist, and you had to watch the movie again. And this was that movie to me. The name of it was Trial by Fire. It's on Netflix. You got to watch this movie. I'm not going to tell the movie. TED Talks in the building. I want to talk about the comedy show too in a minute. We got the Shawn Harvey birthday bash, right? That is Saturday, March the 8th, right, at Comedy in Harlem. Doors open up at 7. Showtime 8. And let me tell you something about that real quick before I get back into the movie thing. Okay, so on March the 8th, this is what we're gonna do. The doors open up at 7. I want you to lay on time. You'll get there on time, order your food. You know, the club has great food, and obviously it's a Black-owned club, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I had to do it there. So we're gonna do a pre-party from 7 to 8. We're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up for the birthday celebration from 7 to 8. Y'all drive carefully or get there carefully. I want you to lay on time on a Saturday. We're gonna party from 7 to 8. Straight up. And then we're going to do the physical show at 8 o'clock on time. Trust me, I'm going to start that show on time at 8 o'clock. Then we're going to do the show. From 8 to about 9:15. Right? It's going to be a short show, but it's going to be a banging, rocking show. Trust me. And then we're going to party until about 10:30. So, and then because they have another show at 11. I was trying to get the 11 o'clock spot too, but it was I couldn't get it. It wasn't available. So guess what we're doing now? We're making a Shawn Harvey weekend now. So we added, because of the overwhelming response to March the 8th, we added a Friday show, March the 7th. We have all the information out later today. We've added a Friday show. If that works for you, come on out and celebrate, and let's laugh with your boy at Comedy Harlem. And I want to appreciate the tremendous responses so far for the show. It's been so overwhelming that the owner of the club, Jamie Roberts, had to add another show. So the Shawn Harvey birthday is extended to a weekend. So now it's March the 7th. So it's March the 7th, Friday, March the 7th. Doors open up at 7, showtime 8. We're gonna announce that later today, but I'm letting you guys know that now. The Saturday show is reaching capacity, guys. I posted a low ticket alert the other day, and I did it yesterday. And now we have option 2, and option 2 is Friday night comedy in Harlem, 750-8 St. Nicholas Avenue, New York City. Friday. We added a Friday show. I'm excited about that. Saturday is almost done already. Saturday is almost done. We added a Friday show, Friday, March the 7th. Doors open up at 7, showtime 8. So appreciate you folks who buying the ticket, who's thinking about coming out. We truly appreciate you. But you gotta get you gotta get the ticket now. I know I reserved some seats for Saturday, but it's an overspill onto Friday. Now, back to this thing with this movie. This guy was convicted of killing his. The movie's called Trial by Fire. And before we get into the show, Trial by Fire, he was convicted of killing three of his children, and these were little babies. These were little kids. He was like, one was 2 years old, the other was like 4, and the other one was 7. And I think they set him up, and then he went to trial, and then he was on the death penalty, and then he was on death row, and that's just where I'm gonna leave it right there. Then he was on death row. You guys gotta see this movie. And have you ever watched the movie and the movie was so compelling? Princess, have you ever watched the movie and the movie was so compelling that you had to watch it immediately after it was over with, or the next day you couldn't stop thinking about it, and you watched it again? And now, let's real quick about this weather, okay? And I'm not gonna stay on this weather. We are having an official wintertime. I don't, guys in the chat room, when was the last time we had a winter that was so severe like this? I was just talking about that. The storm was in Delaware, and south of Delaware, and Virginia, and North Carolina, and all these places. Dingo Mountain, you got any snow? Have you received any snow? Have you received any snow? And I don't think we're built for another snowstorm. I don't think so. I don't know if we're built for that. I don't think that mentally that we were prepared to have the severe winter that we're having now. I know my big winter coat is tired of me. I know my winter coat is like, again? You going outside again? Okay, now let me move on real quick. I want to say this, and this is to my sports fans. What you said, Princess? I watch Lean On Me. Well, I watched Lean On Me 11 times when it first came out. Yo, guys, you like my glasses? Guys, you heard what Princess said? He watched the movie Lean On Me 11 times and snuck in the movie theater to watch it. Guys, what was that movie that was so compelling to you, that touched your heart, that touched your heart, and you had to do what Princess did, sneaking in, watching, going to movies, looking like a weirdo, going into the bathroom, waiting for people to leave, and then sneaking back in the movie theater. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Name the movie or movies, guys, that you were so compelled when you watched it that it touched your heart that you had to watch it again. I mean, immediately. And on top of that, how many of y'all snuck into the movie theater? How many stuck in the movie theater? I mean, not stuck in a movie theater, but you went to the movies, you watched the movie, and then you went to the other side and you watched another movie unauthorized. Put it in the one chat room if you've done that. Stephanie, what was that movie that you watched, or drama, or Netflix, or whatever it is, and you had to immediately watch it again because you felt like empty? And that's what happened with this movie. I mean, just the recent movie. I could give you a bunch of movies or series that I sat there. I'm gonna tell you one. I know it's gonna bug y'all out. Remember that series they had on TV, Game of Thrones, back in the day? Put them on chat room if you remember Game of Thrones. And remember, this was like, I don't know, 5, 6 seasons of it, like 15 episodes per season. Like I put that work in. And I watched Game of Thrones recently, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And the moment I finished watching the whole series, I think I felt sad. I felt sad that it was over with. I had to sit there. And gather my thoughts and wonder what was going on with me. I had to detox off of watching Game of Thrones. I had to detox off of it. And the only way I could do that is watch it again. And I watched Game of Thrones, all the seasons and all the episodes again. I must have been in this house for a month. City's on the way. I must have been in this house for a month watching Game of Thrones. And it begs a different question. Why do we do that? Hold on, guys. Why do sometimes we do the same thing and expect different results? It's the same. We know exactly what we're watching. We know exactly how it ends. We know how it starts. We understand what happens in the middle, and we know what happens in the end. But yet we repeat the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Why do we do that? What is it in our inner core on a Toxic Talk Thursday, before we get into the show? On a Toxic Talk Thursday, what is it in our inner core that allows us to do the same, put ourselves in the same situation, do the same thing, and expect a different result? Talk to me. Because I know some of y'all in the chat room right now is doing something real weird every day, but no one knows, nobody knows. Nobody knows what we're doing, but we do it every day. And if I was doing something weird every day, I'm not telling you. You're not going to judge me. And let's be honest. You want to be honest? Let's be honest. Let's get to the honesty. How many times have someone told us in confidence that we love, or in passing, or people that we work with, right? That we love and work with, and they shared us something in confidence, and we were there for them, and we was there for them for real, unconditionally. But in our minds, we started looking at them crazy, like we was judging a little bit, but they never knew it. How many times have we been through that? I know some of y'all in this chat room is doing something weird every day, but you can't tell nobody. what's that void? Why we have to? What is it that we're so empty inside that we have to do weirdness? And I'm not immune. I'm not immune to it. I've done some weird things that I wouldn't tell none of you. Uh, Put a number one in the chat room if there's some things you've done in your life that you are seriously, literally taking to your grave. Can somebody in that chat room give me 17 number ones? Put a number one in the chat room if you've done some things in your life that you've done in your life that you like hell to the no. You're not telling. If there was a priest there or somebody confessing something, and they said, you want the last confession before you went, that you're taking that. You're taking, and not only am I taking it to the grave, I feel comfort taking it to the grave. How about that? How about that? How many of y'all have done things that you know damn well you ain't telling nobody? I, there's some things I've done I'm not even telling myself. Oh my God. What's the song called? A penny for a thought? No, not a penny for a thought. $1,000 for a thought. I'm not telling nobody. That's like I had an impression of a dude as he's a comedian. This is weird. This is something weird. I'll share something weird before we get onto the show. Cindy's on the way. She's running late, guys. I know y'all love Cindy. I'm gonna share something weird that left this impression in my brain. Guys, we ain't doing nothing tonight. We in Queens. We at Truth Lounge in Queens. It's a late show, though. The show started at 10 o'clock at night. I don't even know how to do that. I want to share something with you guys on the Toxic Talk Thursday that left an impression on me. I was doing a comedy show. Who I was. I think I was in Queens. And it was a nice, it was a fly little spot. It was in a bar. Like it's not like a con. It was a bar show. And sometimes I don't like bar shows. But anyway, it was in a bar. I mean a real bar. Like you walk in, the bar was right there. And they had a little area for the show. And one of my comedic co-workers was on stage, and I mean he was so funny that night. And I was there to close out the show like I usually do. Thank you. God bless you. And he got off the stage, right? And before we get to the show, I'm calling Cindy now because she said she was ready. I hope you'll put prayer emojis for SennyJ because I just spoke to him. And this falls into us having a everlasting impression in my mind about a person. He gets off the stage, a dude. He gets off the stage, has a great set. The other comedian goes on after him. I'm sitting there waiting to go on. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the show. And I had to use the bathroom. I said, let me pee first before I go on stage. I go to the bathroom. I open the door. The comedian who was just on stage is in the bathroom taking a shit. And I saw it. You ever do that? And you open the door, you go, oh, whether people peeing or whatever they're doing. And you go, oh, my fault. Because he forgot to lock the door. He forgot to lock the door. And I opened the door wide. D-Lo, I opened the door wide. It was, sometimes you open the door, people in the door, and it's that instant reaction, like the door opens up a quarter inch or inch, you go, oh, my fault, and you close the door. I opened the door so wide, you can see the light that's coming to the room. But thank God the people was watching because everybody would have saw. And I mean, he was in full taking a poop mode. Like he was like he was the face, the whole thing, like he was concentrating. I wasn't mad at him because we all did that. Like he was settling in and he was having this moment. And I busted into the room and I was like, no. And he looked up at me because it was a fragile moment. It was a vulnerable moment because he was on the downstroke and I was up like, and then he looked up at me and I was like, oh, okay. And I closed the door. But I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, all right, this nigga there taking shit. Nothing. We all do. And then when he came out and it was just weird, you know, he was like, yo, I was like, yo, don't ever touch me, bro. You got shitty hands. I know you do. I saw you take the shit. And until this day, guys in the chat rooms, D-Lo, Stacy, Princess, to this day, when I see this guy, I still see him. He's working the circuit. Like the snake here took a shit. Because sometimes it's those weird, everlasting moments that are embedded in your brain that you can't, it resonates so deep that you can't let it go. And not only that, like I saw, like not only the same take a shit, I saw like the physical, like him sitting down. Like when I see this guy, not only do I have a picture of him using the bathroom taking a shit, I also have the picture of the bathroom, the paper towels, the toilet tissue, you know, the floor was tan. Like all of that is resonated in my brain. The place I would never forget. If I drive by that place 1,000 times, I'll go like this. Yeah, that's the place right there where this nigga took a shit. Was that some type of like drama for me in my head? Like for real, like the Godfather solo. What's up? I got you on the list for Saturday, but you might have to come on Friday. Pause. But has anything like that ever resonated in your head? When you looked at an individual, this guy did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. He was taking shit in the bathroom, and I opened the door. I didn't even, like, and that's another thing. So what's the proper etiquette of it, right? Usually in a public place, right? You usually knock on the door and then turn the knob, or like how does that? Maybe I did it wrong. He screwed up by not locking the door, so we know that part because I opened the door and said I saw it. But what's the proper etiquette now? The times that we live in today, on all right, you're supposed to knock on the door, right, first to see if there's anybody about, then turn the knob, open the door. Is that correct? But how many of us just simply just turn the knob and open the door to go into the bathroom? Because usually, right, obviously with this lock, we know that there's somebody in it. Yeah, it was the squat that got me. Yeah, it was a squat. It was. Have you guys have invaded someone's privacy in the bathroom before we move on? Have you ever did that? And how weird is that? And I'm also for now, and I'm gonna tell you what type of gentleman I am before we move on. I'm gonna tell you what type. I'm a grown ass man that's developed into a gentleman. It took 60 years to do it, but God bless. But let me tell you, because I'm outside a lot and I'm in these environments, I'm in these clubs. Ladies, you'll be proud of me. I'm gonna tell you what your boy does while I'm at the comedy show or I'm out, you know, in a social setting. When the bathroom is heavily congested with the ladies, and ladies, God knows, I don't know what are y'all doing in that bathroom to cause a line like this. D-Lo, Stacy, and all the others, tell me, what is the traffic jam? What are y'all doing in the bathroom? I want to know. What are you guys doing in the bathroom that creates this line? Let me tell you what I do on a Toxic Talk Thursday. If I see a line of women coming out the bathroom and I walk into the men's room and I'm by myself. Well, back in the day, I used to say to the ladies, go ahead in the men's room I'll watch the door or let the guys know, or then sometimes women would congregate by the door, and and uh, and 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 the women would use the bathroom. But I think today you don't have to do that anymore because I did a recent comedy show. And after the show, oh, we was on a cruise. We was on a cruise. We did the comedy show. After the comedy show was over, everybody had to use the bathroom. It was done, but women basically at the comedy show, right? And I went to the bathroom. I came out the bathroom. The ladies went into the men's bathroom and they sort of like took over the bathroom. Oh, the ladies, uh, two things, with three things. One, what takes you so long in the bathroom? That's the first thing. Like, what is the, like, let's say you're going in the bathroom to urinate. This is your urination after you had your drinks or whatever. Urinate. You ain't taking a shit, urinate. What is the average time? Like, how does that work? What is the ladies in the chat room? What, Stephanie? What is the average time? Like, say if this was a NASCAR stop. Say that you had to go to a pit stop and have to change the tires and get you back out there, back into the race. What is the average time of a woman in a social setting going to the bathroom to cause this backlog in this line? What are you guys doing in the bathroom? I need to know. I don't know what you're doing in the bathroom. And number two on that, now, of course, now that they got this gender neutral thing going on, they don't even have men and women bathrooms no more, which I think is a great idea because it kind of solves that problem. Because sometimes you go into places, you don't see men and women no more. You just see a symbol of a man and a symbol of a woman, or here's the bathroom doors, and y'all go in there and deal with it, figure it out for yourself, which I think is great. But what are you guys doing? Fellas in the chat room, put a number one in the chat room if you want to know, because I want to know. What are you guys doing in the bathroom? And not only what do you do, is there anything that you can do to shave off about 90 seconds off your bathroom appearance? Is there anything that y'all can do, whether it's the bathrooms are neutral gendered or not? What can you ladies do to shave 90 seconds off your time? Because obviously you think, okay, I'm gonna throw a number out there. Princess, I'm gonna throw a number out there. I believe that it takes a woman, and ladies, if I'm wrong, let me know. It takes you like 3 to 4 minutes to use the bathroom, maybe 5. Now, I'm gonna say it takes, I'm gonna say it takes 4 minutes to use the bathroom. Uh, uh, okay, so you have all your accessories, and there's a lot going on with y'all. And God bless you, ladies. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of taking things off and putting things back on, and pulling up pants. It seems like it's a lot of work. But what can you do to shave the time off of your bathroom use? I want to know, because it could be a hazard. It could be a hazard. There's a line there for the bathroom, but if something goes down, everybody's got to run, and women in the bathroom, and this could be a hazard. Now, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate women who support live entertainment, because without you guys, that's my dog. Calm down. Without you guys, I wouldn't have a job. I'd be totally serious and honest with you. I wouldn't have a job. But ladies, why does it take so long for you guys to use the bathroom? Obviously, it's a different situation with guys. But I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know about you guys. I I might could count on my hands where I had to use the bathroom like a number 2 or whatever in a public place, because I'm the type. If I can't help it, I can't take a number two in a public place. What about you guys? Talk to me. I'm talking about like at an event, like at a comedy show or something like that. Even though I did have an uncomfortable experience doing the number two, guys, at a club because I had no other choice. I had this had to happen, and it had to happen right now. My body was like, "Yo, if you don't go into that bathroom right now, then there's gonna be little brown substances all over your body. You better go in there now." And I went into the bathroom. I had no other choice. I had to do the number two. And I was okay with that because I had to get this whole situation out of my body. But here was the uncomfortable part about it. The uncomfortable part about it is when I used the bathroom, I went into the stall and the stall had that little 1/4 inch crack in there. And the dude was using the bathroom and he's washing his hands. And I know he was looking in the mirror and he could see me. That's what I didn't like about the bathroom. Who built these bathroom stalls where there's this much? You know what I'm talking about? It's this much right here. It's this much, and the people can see. Damn, who built the bathroom? Now we've been in bathrooms where it's very comfortable, where you close the door and it's just you're just sheltered in there. No one could see you from the outside end. They could see your little sneakers and your shoes. That's uncomfortable for both parties. I don't want to go into a bathroom and let's say I'm urinating and dude is over there taking the shit, and I go over there and I wash my hand. And instinctively, you're gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna see the reflection, and you see the dude right here. This is right here, and you look and he's over there, and you can see him taking the shit. I don't want to see that. That crack, this one, it's about a 1/4 inch. You know what I'm talking about. But some places are proactive, right? They put that little sleeve, that little metal sleeve there, so it blocks out people from looking, looking at you while you're taking the bed. Shitty Sean in the club. Put a number one in the chat room before I talk about these eggs. Let's be honest on a Toxic Talk Thursday. And if you're not honest with me, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Put a number one in the chat room if you took a number two or you took a shit in the club. I took a shit at the Shadow. Remember the Shadow down on 28th Street on a Friday night? I took a shit at the club, at the Shadow. I couldn't help it. Put a number one. Listen, the Godfather of Solar, Tracy Ray's in the chat room. He goes to a lot of social events, and we love him to death. And he's always outside. And I know damn well that this man, at some point in his social life career, has pulled up to the club and said, "I got to go ahead and take a shit." And Stacy big. Y'all ever met Stacy Ray? He's tall. He's a big man. He's a big guy. Stacy, how you navigate through that, bro? Stacy like 6'6". Like how do you have that low center of gravity to even perform a task like that, sir? In a club. Ladies, let's keep it real. How many of y'all have taken a shit in club? You're beautiful, you're fine, all of you that are listening to this show. But let's keep it real gangster. I took a shit in the shadow. I took a shit in the shadow on 28th Street. Put it number one chat room. Y'all remember that. Back in the day, I took a shit in the shadow. I sure did. And I had on a fly green outfit to go with it. And I took a shit. And then I came back out and I went into the boom boom room. Y'all remember the boom boom room was off to the left? I went in the boom boom room and started boom boom booming. I took a shit in the club and then I went and boom boom. Oh God. Oh God. WM, come on, talk to me. You ever took a shit in the club? Now, I don't know why this was going, why we going left with this, but I'm gonna tell you one place, and this is to my mother, Mama Harvey. God bless my mother. This is my word. I've never taken a shit in a porta potty. You know, the porta potties is out there at the house music concerts, and you go out, the big porta potties, sometimes they have a porta potty down here they call this thing called Music Fest. Out here in Bethlehem, where I live, thousands of people come out every summer. And they have literally like 100 porta potties next to each other. It looked like the Grand Central Station of porta potties. And you can tell there's people in there that be taking shits in there because you could go in there, obviously you can see. WM, you ever took a shit in the club? Or a wedding, somewhere nice? What are you saying in the chat room? Let me see. Y'all not. Let me see. I used to go to the tunnel with the unisex bathroom. That bathroom was nasty as fuck. Hey, look, we got a historian there. Princess used to go to the tunnel. Remember the tunnel back in the day? I was scared to go in there. I went in there 2 times. I was like, guys, this is not for me. And he said he had the terrible bathrooms in there. What do you call it? He said the bathrooms were nasty as fuck. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you took a shit at a upscale event. Put it on one chat room if you ever took a shit while you was in church. People laugh at me. I laugh at people in church. They get up, they do this. They say like, "Pardon me," like, oh God, because the body gonna do what the body gonna do. Sometimes you can't stop it. Put a number 1 in the chat room on a Toxic Talk Thursday. If you ever had the near miss, you ever had the near miss? Meaning like you like something triggered, and it was an eruption of diarrhea or whatever. But you made it home just in time. Put in the more chat room if you made it home just like if you would have dropped the key out the cylinder and it fell on the floor and you had to pick the key up to open the door again, you would have shitted on yourself. I mean, everything worked out. Like you literally opened up the door, kept the key in the cylinder, ran to the bathroom, and you saved the day. Put a number 1 if you've been through that. I remember I was messing with this broad in Brooklyn and I was driving her to work and she lived in Long Island. And I don't know what happened. Something triggered me where I was like, yo, I gotta go now. And luckily, there was a gas station somewhere on Atlantic Avenue. And like these people, they don't let you use the bathroom. I got out that car and said, bro, I know what your policy is. If I don't use your bathroom right now, I'm gonna shit right here on the floor right now. And he was like, yo, go over there. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you just made like the universe lined up right for you. Everything lined up where you make that beeline to that bathroom and you got there right on time. Won't he do it? And how honest are we with our true selves when we're in a position like that? How honest are we? It's nothing that we can do. We have to use the bathroom. It's one of the most highest levels of honesty that we can go through. Another place I never used the bathroom, a number 2 on a bus. Put a number 1 in the chat room. Come on, let's keep it real. A lot of us been on these little bus trips, or we've been on commuter buses, going home from work. I'm talking about like those Greyhound kind of buses, not the city bus. You already know. I'm talking about bus that got bathroom, the Atlantic City bus, those type of buses. Put a number, and let's keep it real on a Toxic Talk Thursday. No judging here. Put a number one in the chat room. I got to walk the dog soon. Put a number. Oh yeah, a plane. Right. Right. Thank you, Stacy. Put a number one chat room if you took a number 2 on a plane. I don't know if I did a number 2 on a plane. I gotta sit there. I gotta think about it. I did some weird things on planes, but I don't know if I did a number 2. Put a number 2 in the chat room if you did put a number 1 in the chat room if you did a number 2 on a commuter bus or a plane. And I don't know what you guys do when you travel. I know what I do. I try not to eat nothing. Like if I'm flying on a plane, I try not to eat. I could drink. I mean, like water. I'm not a drink. I mean, water and stuff like that. What's your protocol on when you travel? Like, cause I'm afraid I don't want to eat the big burger and eat a lot, and then we're on a flight, and next thing you know, you gotta use the bathroom. I don't. What are you guys' protocol when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling on a plane or a bus where it's a confined situation, especially a plane? You already know you're 30,000 feet in the air. Do you eat? Do you not eat? Do you modify your food intake? How does that work for you? Where it makes your travel comfortable enough to where when you get to your destination, then you can make a deposit. Right. Stacy's right. She said, right. You're absolutely right. No food until you land. So example, if I'm a coffee drinker, so I might not even drink the coffee. Like say if the flight is at 8 in the morning and I get up at 5 in the morning, I'm not eating nothing. I'm not eating. She's right. I'm not eating. I don't want nothing to eat. I don't keep food away from me until I get to where I need to be. Because I don't want to be, first of all, it's uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. Your stomach's bloated. It's a lot going on. You're traveling. You're sitting down. If you got the window seat, you got to get up. Now, urinating in the bathroom is one thing. That's another. That's different. I'm talking about that number 2. And you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're doing the number 2 on the plane and there's a line waiting for you to finish. And now you look like that dude now. Everybody gonna look, yo, he's the one right there. 27F took shit. I don't know why we're talking about this, but this is real. This is real talk. We could talk about a lot of other issues that's going on in this world today. I get it, but let's get to the hygiene. Let's get to these methods that can help us. Let's get to these methods that are environmentally safe for us. Let's talk about it. Let's get our tips and tricks in the group room so it can prevent one of us from feeling uncomfortable. Have you ever used, I don't say, but let's go back to that real quick. Have you ever used a porta potty in the field to do a number 2? Keep it gangster. So what about those guys that work on the highway? God bless these guys. These guys that work on the highway, they get major paper. You work on the highway, you making money. I don't care if you're directing the traffic, you're digging a hole. That's a great job to have. But don't you ever notice that they got that little porta potty out there? Right there in the middle of the highway. They took a shit on the highway. That might be a good side hustle that we all might need to look into. A porta potty business, huh? I don't know, like these porta potty guys get money out here and I'm just saying. Okay, have you ever urinated in a porta potty? I've had 1,000 times. Put a number 1 in the chat room, guys. If you urinated, you went to okay, I'll give you an example. They had a house music festival out in Jersey somewhere, Linden, I can't remember where it was. And if Stacy know, a lot of folks know that with these house music concerts, even in Brooklyn, you know, they have thousands of people out there, hundreds of porta potties. And you're gonna sit there and tell me that you never urinated in a porta potty at a house music concert or any kind of little festival? Put a number one in the chat room if you use the porta potty. And that could be a lucrative business. What that business model look like? Because obviously it's a thriving business. Everybody's taking a shit. Okay, let me ask you a question. Whether if you have a house or an apartment, doesn't matter. And you had an event in your house. Let's say this hypothetically, okay? Would you opt out to put in a porta potty in front of your house or in your apartment where you live? It doesn't matter. And have folks use the porta potty, right? Or would you have them use your bathroom? Number one, porta potty or have them use your bathroom if you was having an event. Say you have a baby shower. I just throw anything out there. Would you do that? And my next question is, Stacey, help me out here. Somebody help me out here. How much does it cost to somebody help me out? Because I don't know what Cindy. Y'all put some prayer emojis for Cindy, because I sure enough was talking to her, and I don't know why she's not in the chat room before the show. I'm gonna call in a minute. What's the average price on a Toxic Talk Thursday to rent? Let me look. To rent a porta potty. Let's see what that looks like. I remember we did a comedy show in the Poconos. I used to do it every Saturday comedy show, which, by the way, that's coming back this spring. Towards the end of the year, I'm sorry. In the bathroom, something happened, and like some pipe burst something, and it was like 100 something people in the in the comedy room, but the bathrooms were out while the show was going on. So the maintenance folks came with 2 porta potties. True story. And I made an announcement. I said, yo, y'all gonna have to go out the bath. Don't even go to the bathroom. That don't work. 2 porta potties. And I did. Y'all talking about y'all would never use a porta potty. Let's step this up. I did an event a couple of years back for who's the boxer? Floyd Mayweather's like one of his best friends, one of the guys he worked with, and he was just as rich as Floyd Mayweather. He was a very rich man. He lived in a mansion, and they wanted to do comedy, so they hired me to do the comedy, and another comedian, I can't remember who it was, and this was like this event came out of like a Puffy video from back in the day. The mansion, everybody's a lot of rich folks there. It was a spectacle of luxury. And I wasn't even mad at these black folks because they were rich. They were so rich. Let me tell you how rich it was. When you put in the driveway, the guy had a Bentley in the park in the driveway. That was one of his cars. 5-car garage. It was unbelievable. I thought it was like I was in some kind of Greek movie. It was unbelievable. But check this out. They had the upscale porta potties. They had the porta potties that was running on a generator. They had the porta potties that had like chrome inside of it. It looked like I was in an upscale hotel bathroom. Like the porta potty was so luxurious. I wanted to take a shit in the bathroom, and I didn't even have to. It was such a beautiful porta potty that I was proud to use the bathroom in it. It was the mirrors. It had mirrors in it. It had a sink. I mean, a real sink. Let's see what the average cost of How much does it cost to rent a porta potty? Average cost. Let's see. You guys know? For a day? Look, this is a thriving business. This company right here has 150,000 current customers. Guys, I think we're all in the wrong business. Everybody got to use the bathroom. Let's see. 100. It says, okay. Here it says. Let me put my glasses on. It says, here's an AI overview. It says the average cost to rent a standard porta potty is around $130 a week, with prices varying depending on location, rental duration, and type of porta potty. $130 a week. Some bread. And let's take the owner's cost. They might be making $60 a week, $60 a week for a porta potty. I think we're in the wrong business, guys. And they got the different porta potties. They got the ones with the hand station, the hand wash station. They got the portable ones. They got the ones that could sit there. Let's see. Low cost for a porta potty is about $200. Before I get out of here, let's talk about these eggs real quick. You'll put the prayer emojis for SennyJ because I'm gonna call her because I don't know what happened to her. My man, they had a news story in the Bronx, New York. Of course, it's gonna be the Bronx. Of course, it's gonna be the Bronx. Legends are born in the Bronx. Shawn Harvey was born in the Bronx. I don't live in the Bronx, but I represent my hood. I live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, but I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the X. And they had a bodega owner, right? One of them now, because now it's a couple of them. But the original one, the bodega owner, was selling eggs, three eggs for $3. And it hit the news. Y'all saw that on the news? Everybody blowing up his spot. But he's doing the right thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, like I told you a few weeks back, I bought 2 dozen and a half containers of eggs, and they were $10 each. I spent $20 on eggs, and I haven't purchased no more eggs. A few of those eggs are still sitting in my refrigerator. And remember what WM was talking about leaving the eggs out on the counter? I don't think you could do that with these eggs. I don't know. You know, you're the professional. You said leave them out on the counter. They're still in the refrigerator. But look how innovative we are in New York City and how we can flip that money. This dude, because he bought the carton of eggs, he could do what he want with his carton of eggs. He purchased the cartons of eggs on wholesale to sell them retail, right? The prices are so high that he's breaking up the eggs. He's taking the eggs out, he's putting them in a little plastic bag, and he's like, yo, you want 3 eggs, they $3. And people are buying them like crazy. I only need 2 on the pack for eggs. 2. See, but Stacey eats 2 eggs. I'm not. I eat like 3 eggs a day. I'm one of those guys, but I can't. I stopped. I can't. I can't afford it. One dude online said he ordered a bacon cheese sandwich without the eggs. And before I leave, I saw someone drive a Tesla. I saw somebody. Dirty Dog, what's up over there on YouTube? We appreciate you, bro. I don't know if this kicks up emotions for you as it does for me. And then we're going to talk about next week. We'll talk about we're doing a boycott on February the 28th, right? We're going to talk about that on Monday. I don't know, but it triggers my emotions when I see folks driving around with Teslas now, because you got Elon Musk, who's the president of the United States. And I saw a black person driving a Tesla. Put it on one chat room if you know a black person that's driving a Tesla. And this is a man from South Africa that's eliminating jobs unauthorized. He's not even authorized to do this. Donald Trump has overstepped his boundaries big time. And we already know this. And y'all running around here driving around with Teslas, and the guy who you bought the car, who purchased the car from, has fired you from your job. And they're gutting out the federal government like it's no respect the way that they're doing it. And half of you folks voted for Donald Trump. And like I say, I don't sympathize. Listen, let me tell you something, guys. If you feel bad about what you're going through during the day, do what I do. Go on TikTok and type in white folks who regret voting for Donald Trump and watch them all cry, and it'll make you feel good. You feel bad. Whatever you're going through, you ain't got to worry about it, because these folks are crying. And they even got black folks who regretted for voting for Trump, crying. Latinos crying. That makes you feel better. So you are an American citizen. You purchase a Tesla. You work for the government. You get fired from the guy who owns the company of the Tesla that you're driving from. You got pimped. You got played. Everybody in this country that owns a Tesla, if you could, you should trade the car in. Don't buy no Teslas, because this is a man that's gutting out the government. You running around here, you black, and you got a Tesla. You looking like an asshole right now. And to my Nordics, my Babylonians, and my Viking friends, this is just what your punk ass get. You wanted to make America great again. Well, now you're feeling the greatness. And y'all better leave Eric Adams alone. Y'all better leave Eric Adams alone. Everybody wants Eric Adams out there. Look what Danielle sent me. A picture of Eric Adams with the Trump wig. She sent this in my Instagram inbox, and I laughed. This was so freaking funny. Shout out to Eric Adams. All right, guys. I made an announcement earlier this morning. We added a second show. I'm gonna get to work on it today. We've added a second show Friday because of the overwhelming response. And I truly appreciate you guys and thank you so much. Due to the overwhelming response of Saturday, which is almost done. Jamie Roberts, co-owner of Comedy in Harlem, we talked yesterday, and we're adding a Friday night show. Doors open up at 7, showtime 8. And that's Friday, March the 7th. Y'all come on out, celebrate. We're going to get these jokes. We're going to have a good time. It's my birthday. Y'all come on out, and we get into that. So we got Friday, which is almost at capacity, and we have Saturday. Friday is almost at capacity, and now we added a Saturday. So you'll see all that information online. Listen, God bless you guys. I'm going to reach out to Stanley. I don't know what happens. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow. I truly, truly, truly don't even understand how I truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Thank you so much. It's your boy Harvey, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up team, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Throw those Teslas away. I am out. I see y'all tomorrow. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe out there, man. I love y'all, man. It's nothing. Like my man Talent comedian would say, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's your boy Harvey, man. God bless y'all. See you tomorrow. Let's go.